Hi, this is Alciro Deacon from deaconforsenate.com, where I'm a candidate running for Wisconsin State Senate for District 6 that has Milwaukee and Wauwatosa areas. Right now I want to talk about the R in the B.R.I.D.G.E acronym. The R stands for Reform the Police Department. But before I go into that, I want to first give a shout out to the Wauwatosa and Milwaukee police departments. They have an extremely hard job, and I'm thankful for the good work that they do. I believe that there's a lot more good cops out there than there are bad cops. And unfortunately, when cops are doing good, it doesn't get publicity. But when there's that one bad apple out of the bunch, it gets all the publicity. I've personally seen on many occasions where there are cops doing routine things and people are just belligerent, being way out of pocket with the cops, and the cops exercise restraint, and sometimes don't even write a ticket. But again, that doesn't get publicity. So I'm thankful for the good cops. I would even like to say I have the Ring doorbell app, and with that app, there's a feature in there where you can see the amount of crime that's happening in your neighborhood. I've had over in a week's time, 121 incidents. Some shootings, some robberies. So we need police. So there's just some tweaking that I believe needs to be done to better community and police relations. And so this is my attempt to do that. So when I say reform the police department, I'm talking about making a more culturally sensitive police force. I've noticed that a lot of times when those negative interactions happen with police, it's police fearing for their life. Those incidents that make national attention. Lots of times police fear for their life, and I think it's easy to fear for your life if you are policing a people in a community that you do not know, understand, or are a part of. I want to increase officers' ability to compromise and de-escalate situations, because I think that's best for the police force and the community. To push this forward, I would like to advocate for cultural sensitivity, de-escalation, implicit bias, and racism trainings. I'd also like to push for psychological assessments prior to a police officer being hired and periodically after to make sure that they're mentally fit for duty. I'd also like to try to push for a new idea, and we'd see what fellow senators would think about this, but it'll be a proximity bonus, whereas police are eligible for a bonus if they live in the area that they patrol. I'd also like to push for legislation that would grandfather in police that do not currently live in the community that they police, but it would mandate that new hires live in the community that they police. And last but not least, I'd like to advocate for funds that would allow police to add a social services department to serve impoverished areas. I envision this to be a proactive force, whereas that department would go and knock on doors to see if the community is in need of anything, to give resources and to troubleshoot before situations become worse. I envision this to have a social services branch, a social service professional branch, and a faith-based branch. So 3 different contracts with the police department: social workers, social service professionals, and the faith community. And I think if we can get those things going, I think that would help to bridge the divide that we're seeing between the community and the police forces.